Hello everyone, welcome to today's video where we'll take a look at the master prompt. What exactly is it for and how will it actually help us work better with AI? So let's get started. Let's move on to the next slide. And the reality today is that many people use it without context, or they simply write it out too long. And to avoid having to write it out so lengthily, that's where the master prompt really helps us. The main problem actually is that the AI doesn't really remember much of it. Specifically, who we are, what our goals are, what our roles are, and information about our company. And we constantly have to repeat all of these, or we just get more generic answers and things like that. And the master prompt essentially helps us with that. It helps us to reduce and mainly to speed up the work. And what exactly is this thing? It's a rather complex document which allows us to repeatedly utilize our established context. Essentially, we don't have to start new, just like those threads from the very beginning. We can then utilize our own specific document, our master prompt, which could be, for example, a PDF file or a Word document, one that is essentially always live and continuously provides the AI with the necessary context about us. And actually, what is it? It's not just some simple one-liner. It's not really an instruction. It's not just some kind of prompt. It's actually a living document, a dynamic system that can be constantly reused. And it truly holds a great deal of information about us. And why does it actually work? AICO is equipped with a rather substantial context window, which essentially means that it is capable of retaining or rather remembering information for a significant period of time, drawing from various documents from the ongoing conversation and similar sources. And it also allows us to seamlessly integrate and input specific information about ourselves, about our organization, and other relevant details directly into its knowledge base. And it can actually help us write the strategy better, or even write content for my company. It will help me better research the content. And the creation process is actually very simple. We just need to focus on repetitive things. Or rather, what exactly is it that we're asking? We want strategies, we want to solve problems, and things of that nature. And then we can actually have a conversation with the AI. We can tell it hey, I'm in this kind of situation, I need to write a master prompt for it, and I'll tell it to actually ask me some questions, and I can answer those questions by voice, because by voice I can describe things better, I can express myself more clearly, or at least that's how it is for me. And this will actually help me to create that master prompt in a way that makes it truly specific for my needs. And I can then actually request that summary. And it can actually be provided either in Markdown format or as a PDF document. You know, it could even be in a Word file, or perhaps we could utilize the project functions as well. And so what exactly, and what elements should we actually incorporate into the entire creative process? So that includes my role, my background, the business context, our goals, priorities, and my limitations, for example. I mean, I don't know if I have any. For instance, if I'm creating a menu, do I have any dietary restrictions? Or perhaps corporate limitations such as budget constraints and available staff and so forth. And certainly also the style of decision making, which means what he should perhaps prioritize more, what he should perhaps pay closer attention to, for example, whether it's the budget or the people or something like that. Yeah, like the AI's behavior and its tone, whether it's more friendly towards me or if it's more critical, right? And the actual success metrics, what exactly can I use to measure success on that particular thing? I mean, what's the point of it all? What exactly are we supposed to achieve? And then some kind of reference points, which could be some studies, content like company documentation and so on. And actually everyday use. We can use it for its regular normal usage when we typically communicate with it. So if I need to find out some information or perhaps discuss a particular issue, then I'll upload that into the AI and have a conversation about it so that it actually possesses the full context about me and about my company. So as the context for that workspace, or rather for the projects we have in ChatGPT, in Claude, in Perplexity, we simply upload the master prompt there, and the project already includes it, so we don't even have to keep uploading it. Or, for example, a team master prompt, where the team has its own master prompt. And actually, it will really speed up everything for us. And it will help us to effectively share the knowledge among the entire team. Each of us, for example, has very similar outputs and things like that. And actually, why is a master prompt so much better than just relying on memory? It can be quite fragmented. It doesn't necessarily have to be complete, and you don't have to recall all of it perfectly. And the master prompt is essentially a complete context that we've provided to it, and specifically designed directly for the particular problem that we are trying to solve. It's like something that's easily transferable, which we can then utilize with platforms like ChatGPT or Claude or Perplexity or even Gemini. We're not actually restricted to just one particular AI system or anything of that nature. And how can we expand that prompt, or perhaps our master prompt? How can we continue to work with it? Well, I can ask for various sub prompts there for specific roles. This is, for example, when I create a general master prompt for my company, and then I can ask, for instance, how you would construct a marketing plan for my company as a CMO or as a CEO, let's say a development plan, or as a CFO, as how you would approach the financial planning for this company. For example, we have these kinds of expenses, and then of course, our project layers that, as I've already mentioned, we can add them to these various projects. And then we can actually use reporting systems for that. For instance, when we have a team meeting or something, that master prompt can really help us. And perhaps the most important idea is that AI doesn't replace our thinking, but rather amplifies, structures that thinking, helping us actually think more qualitatively, more deeply. It can show us different angles and so on. So thank you for your time watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.